All right, guys, let's jump into the news. I have to say, you know, NPR was bound to catch on eventually to the Let's Go Brandon stuff. They caught us. Everyone scatter. Everyone stop. NPR has figured out what's going on with the Let's Go Brandon stuff. And they tweeted out this yesterday. No one is really cheering on a guy named Brandon. Instead, the phrase is being used in conservative circles in place of a more vulgar message directed at President Biden. They figured, guys, they sussed it out. It only took them like 3 weeks. Crack journalism. Crack taxpayer funded. Every single one of you that lives in the United States fund stuff like this. And at least Kieran thinks he's getting off the hook because he lives in the UK. You fund the BBC, so you don't get it any better. This is paid for by us. Let's read. Here's what Let's Go Brandon actually means and how it made its way to Congress. If you've heard people chanting, Let's Go Brandon, or have seen someone with a shirt or hat sporting the seemingly jovial message lately, you might be wondering who Brandon is and why so many people are rooting for him. In this case, the phrase isn't actually supporting a guy named Brandon. Instead, it's a euphemism that many people in conservative circles are using in place of saying, fuck Joe Biden. The origins of the meme go back to October 2nd. Oh, I was wrong. It took them a full month. To figure this out. That goes back to October 2nd when race car driver Brandon Brown won his first NASCAR Xfinity Series race and was being interviewed by NBC reporter Kelly. In the background, some of the crowd can be heard chanting, fuck Joe Biden. Though Kelly says, you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go Brandon, in her broadcast. It remains unclear if she misheard what the crowd was saying or if she purposefully tried to change the message. I don't think it's unclear at all that someone in her earpiece said, you better cover up for what the crowd's saying. I don't think that's unclear at all. No one does. Either way, the phrase, Let's Go Brandon, quickly spread among conservative groups and continues to be used in place of the direct expletive towards President Biden, even among members of Congress. On Thursday, Republican Representative Jeff Duncan of South Carolina was seen sporting a Let's Go Brandon face mask. Duncan shared a photo of himself in the mask on Facebook saying, the American people are furious. Duncan continued his message and expressed frustration with the Biden administration's immigration policies, vaccine mandates, and the state of inflation in the U.S. The week prior, another Republican rep, Bill Posey, ended a speech on the House floor in which he talked about frustrations with the Biden administration agenda and legislation with a Let's Go Brandon and a quick fist pump. Texas Senator Ted Cruz, no stranger to memes, has also added to the discourse when he posted a photo from Game 2 of the World Series with another Houston Astros fan whose sign read, Let's Go Brandon, in big bold letters. Outside of Congress, people are also using the phrase as inspiration for multiple songs. Independent researcher Hampton Stall, what a name, says the phrase itself is shareable and adaptable and can be used in public in ways that cursing out the president cannot. Speaking with NPR's Weekend Edition, Stall says that in addition to its ability to be shared easily, Let's Go Brandon also got a large boost by alternative right-wing media and figures. And while it's clear the social media platforms and search engines might ban the more explicit phrase, Stall says the meme version isn't a phrase that can be banned, although they're certainly trying. It's not a search term that we're going to the limit, Stall says, and I think that's probably fair. There's a difference between calls for violence and this sort of wink that the Let's Go Brandon meme is. Now, here's the thing. What they're missing in this entire equation is that Let's Go Brandon is not just a derogatory Joe Biden phrase, although it certainly is, But part of the reason that Let's Go Brandon caught on was because it was a direct jab at the media who were trying to lie to people. It's not just about Joe Biden. This started because the media was lying to people. That's how it started. People were chanting "fuck Joe Biden" in the stands. They were doing it at college football games. They were doing it at baseball games. They were doing it at every opportunity. All these fans were chanting something the media didn't want them chanting, and because they were doing it at things that were already getting national media coverage, weren't nothing they could do to stop it. So they caught it on tape. While the chant was happening, and they were trying to interview this NASCAR driver. And the only way they could get around it was by lying about it. This Let's Go Brandon is, frankly, for me, less of an attack on Joe Biden, although it certainly is, than it is on the media. It is less of a commentary on Joe Biden than it is about how people feel about the media. And big tech, for that matter. This is entirely about getting around censorship. That is the entire effing point. Nick H says, I'm late, but happy Halloween, all, and let's go, Brandon. Thank you, Nick. How this meme compares to others directed at presidents. Let's go, Brandon isn't the first president related meme to take off, nor is it the first time a president has dealt with vulgar messages. President Barack Obama was in office as social media influence began to take hold, enabling the quick spread of racist images and insults online. Are they going to say that Let's Go Brandon is racist? I hope they do. The phrase "fuck Trump" was often seen on signs and apparel when former President Donald Trump was in office, and just that phrase was capitalized on. Stahl says he's seeing the same thing now. There's a lot of money to be made for people who are seizing the moment and selling, Stahl says. Well, yeah, that's true enough indeed. As for whether people will remember this meme in the future, Stahl says it has likely reached the point where most people will know what others are saying when they say, "Let's go, Brandon." Just like many people still remember Trump's Kofefi typo turned meme. I think it's sort of past the point where enough people in the mainstream political audience in the United States have heard it that it will be remembered in the future. Yeah, I'd say that's probably true, and they're going to be selling that stuff for a while. Even Walkaway is going to be coming out with a t-shirt that, of course, has Brandon Strzok's face on it and says, "Let's go, Brandon," underneath. Of course, to have different meaning, because we actually do want to cheer on Brandon in this case, but it also has a double meaning. Because I'm sure there's nothing more than Brandon Strzok would like to say other than "Let's go, Brandon." All right. So NPR has finally caught on. Good for you, NPR. It only took you a month to get in there.